Hello, lonely and horny man. Today, we are going to talk about the toxic effect of the red pill. Enjoy the video. The red pill can turn you into a toxic person. The red pill is not for everyone. The red pill, understanding female nature, human sexuality, evolutionary psychology, and social dynamics, is not for everyone. The red pill is fundamentally an activity of understanding and a philosophy of awareness raising. In this respect, it requires intellectual knowledge and vision. Basically, negative truths are brought to light in a non-politically correct language. This leads to a problem called red pill rage. This is basically like someone who lives a poor life and is not aware of many things. But when someone shows him the luxurious life of the rich, he gets angry and he can never be as happy as he used to be. Men who are normally unsuccessful in relationships with women, but don't worry about it and don't think about it, continue their lives normally. But when they start consuming content related to the red pill, it makes them aware of this. This turns into a serious anger because these men who are on the matrix are seriously angry at women and their choices. Not all men have the mental strength and healthy mindset to handle these realities. Those who are already psychologically disturbed and unsuccessful become misogynist. This obsesses them and they become even worse than they already are. So, it's not a philosophy for men who are mentally weak, who have little intellectual capacity, low intelligence, and no vision. The red pill is an academic idea. The red pill is not practical. The red pill is basically not a practical guide, but rather a praxeology. In this respect, it asks why, rather than how, which is more focused on understanding than on practice. The purpose of the red pill is not to make you a playboy, but to understand the dynamics of male-female relationships from a broad perspective. At this point, the advice the red pill will give you will be more thoughts on principles. This is not directly focused on practice, because the red pill is not a PUA, that is, it is not the art of picking up women. That's why most of the men who have internalized the red pill thinking system, who have memorized all the theory, still don't know how to flirt with women. There are many men who have the red pill corpus, but fail in relationships. This is not difficult to understand because knowledge will not make you more successful. It can only make you worse. Knowledge for intellectual purposes is one thing, and knowledge for practical purposes is another. The red pill usually aims to create some kind of awareness because it seeks to answer the question, why? The red pill seeks to answer the question, why did my girlfriend dump me, and gives you a broad perspective on this. But it cannot answer the question, how should I first message a girl? And in this respect, it skips the practical points that most men are interested in. In addition, since the red pill is principle-oriented, it is possible to say that it finds the basis of most problems in principle solutions, which is not practical. If a man wants to understand male-female relationships in an academic sense, he can go through the entire red pill corpus. But this is purely intellectual awareness and does not make you a playboy. If you want to be a playboy, you have to ask how instead of why. The red pill can be toxic. The red pill can have a toxic effect, especially when I mentioned that it's not for everyone. Systematically explaining painful truths leads to focusing too much on the negative, overgeneralizing and oversimplifying everything. So, you have to be very careful about what you say and how you say it. There is no point in making most men who are already bitter even angrier. There are many men who get angry with women, and the more they get angry, the more they fail. So they get stuck in this vicious circle. These men are not joyful, positive, and happy, so they focus even more on negative things and become toxic negative. I remove people who send such toxic messages from the page, because I don't want a mass of people with a sick mindset. It's not for me to anger the misogynistic jerks who think that if a man is not happy and joyful, he cannot attract women around him, and more importantly, he cannot keep them around him. It is impossible for a mentally sick person to be successful in these things. Too much reading is unnecessary. Pill awareness is important. Basically, many men make a lot of mistakes in relationships. In this respect, it is important for men not to make mistakes and to understand what is going on, but it is pointless to be addicted to theory. You need to do your reading and gain awareness and then move on, and use the information to your advantage in practice. Reading more theory will not help you because you always need to take a dose of everything. Remember, the right dose is medicine, the wrong dose is poison. In this respect, you should not read too much and continue your life in a fun way after general awareness. The red pill should take you one click further and improve you. That's the goal. Otherwise, if you become toxic, you will regress. 4 points. This will not benefit you. It will seriously harm you. You need to not be angry, and you need to be a reckless fun guy. Women like this kind of man, and the more you read, the less likely you are to get better. Focus on real life, not theory. Theory comes from practice, and theory goes to practice. This is a natural cycle. But sometimes excessive theorizing leads to detachment from practice, from real life. Mental abstractions and thoughts make you more abstract. You can see this in the red pill, because this is how generalizations work and inferences are made from these points. At some point, theory becomes too far removed from practice, and this leads to a further detachment from reality. Every ideology becomes detached from reality over time. This is what has been happening in the red pill for the last 3 to 4 years. The theory is evolving, but the ties with reality are breaking. For example, cases of infidelity are exaggerated, or even rare things are constantly on the red pill agenda, as if they happen 100% of the time. A simple example becomes like a proof of the whole theory. This is wrong. So, it makes sense to continue with real life. Not every woman cheats on her man every minute. The rate of this happening is 2–3%. Statistically low. If you focus on this all the time, it will seem like 100% to you. But it is not. Or not every woman is a gold digger. Because theoretically, will tell you that due to hypergamy and female nature, every woman looks for material in choosing a partner for the future of herself and the child. But this does not mean that she is looking for a rich husband. Most of the time in real life you see women dating and marrying normal men. There is a reality of life. So, you can't ignore reality. So, it's a mistake to get angry about it. Or, it's a mistake to get obsessed with examples to get angry about. In this respect, I tell men who read a lot of theory to stop reading theory and go and socialize, because they are disconnected from real life and live in theory. Many men don't have women in their lives, and living in theory all the time takes them away from real women. So focus on living rather than reading too much. Don't forget, get sub smiley face.